The school gate buzzed with whispers. Haruto Sato walked through, but he was no longer the boy they remembered. His posture was rigid, his eyes cold. Beside him, Sakura, the heiress, held his arm with quiet possession.
I left this place behind. Now I'm only here to show them what they threw away.
Mio saw him and her world stopped. Chestnut hair wild, she tore through the crowd, a desperate plea on her lips.
Haruto, please, just look at me. I've been calling you for months. I can't live without you.
He doesn't need to explain anything to you.
But I still love him. I made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. Can't you give me one chance?
Her tears are a performance. She never cared about me.
Sakura tugged his arm, and they resumed walking. Haruto didn't spare a glance. Mio sank to her knees in the dirt, her fingers clutching at empty air as they disappeared. 6 months earlier, none of this could have been predicted. 6 months earlier, Haruto Sato was top of the class but rarely spoke. In the school cafeteria, he sat across from his girlfriend, Mio, and his best friend, Kaito.
So then I says to the teacher, "But my dog ate the homework assignment." The whole class lost it.
Kaito, you're such a clown. Haruto, isn't he ridiculous?
She always looks at Kaito when she says my name now.
Kaito was everything Haruto wasn't. Loud, confident, and endlessly entertaining.
What about you, Haruto? Any funny stories, or do you just study all day?
Leave him alone, Kaito. He's just more serious than you.
She used to defend me. Now it sounds like an excuse.
The lunch bell rang. Mio and Kaito stood up, still joking, and headed to art club without waiting. Haruto gathered his things and followed, a pit forming in his stomach. The art club room was quiet except for Mio and Kaito's laughter near the back. Haruto slipped in, taking his usual canvas.
You're just more fun, Kaito. Haruto never makes me laugh like this.
Hey, that's my best friend you're talking about. But yeah, I get it.
Haruto's hand stopped. The pencil in his grip snapped with a soft crack.
I always knew she thought I was boring. But to hear it like this...
I mean, you actually make me feel alive. Haruto is just there.
Well, we can have our own fun. He doesn't have to know.
Haruto couldn't listen anymore. He stood, his stool scraping faintly, and walked out.
They didn't even look up. I was nothing.
He left the art club, the door clicking shut behind him, sealing away that part of his life. Haruto returned to his dorm room and locked the door. The clutter of books and notes felt like a tomb. His phone buzzed. A message from Mio. I'm sorry. It's over. I'm with Kaito now.
She didn't even have the decency to say it to my face. Not that I needed to hear it.
His thumb pressed delete contact. Mio vanished from his phone. Then Kaito too.
My best friend and my girlfriend. They deserve each other.
He set the phone aside. The room was black except for the glow of a street lamp through the window.
What now? My whole world was them. Without them, I'm nothing.
The hours crawled. He didn't move, didn't sleep, just sat there as the night deepened.
If I disappear, who would even notice? Maybe it's time to find out.
By the time the sun rose, Haruto Sato had made a decision. He would cut every tie and start again. Haruto packed his meager belongings into a cardboard box. The dorm room that held so much pain was left behind for good.
New dorm, new walls, no memories, no interruptions. Just my books and me.
He quit the art club, ignored old classmates, and let his hair fall further over his eyes. Nothing mattered except surpassing the person he used to be.
If I can't be liked, I can at least be the best. One day they'll look up and wonder what happened.
One evening, a heavy envelope slipped under his door. A wax seal gleamed in the lamplight. The letter was from the Takashi estate. They sought a live-in tutor for their reclusive daughter, offering a salary that could pay his tuition twice over.
A billionaire's daughter? Why would they want a nobody like me? I almost threw it away. Then I looked around this silent box of a room. What do I have to lose? Fine, I'll go. If it's a trick, I've already hit the bottom. There's only up from here.
The next morning, Haruto followed the address to a sprawling estate. Iron gates towered before him, hiding unimaginable wealth, and a girl who hated the world. A butler led him inside. The entry hall soared above, chandeliers glittering like captured stars.
So you're the boy from the orphanage. I've heard remarkable things about your academic record.
I study to fill the silence. If your daughter needs help, I'll give her everything I have.
A cold voice cut in. Sakura stood at the staircase, arms crossed, her gaze sharper than glass.
Another charity case my father dragged in. Don't waste my time or his.
She wants to push me away. Fine. I've been pushed away before. It won't work this time.
Teach me something I don't already know. Impress me if you can.
Your father's business models rely on outdated supply chain assumptions. I've studied the gaps.
He actually knew the answer. No one ever takes my test seriously.
Mr. Takashi smiled. The trial period was set. Haruto had won the right to stay. Summer bled into autumn inside that library. Haruto taught, and slowly Sakura's walls crumbled.
Every lesson you make me feel less like a project and more like a person.
Beneath the frost, she was just a girl who'd been abandoned by everyone worth trusting.
I've pushed away everyone. Tutors, relatives, even my mother's memory. You're the first who stays.
Because you never pretended with me. That's rarer than you know.
They walked under cherry blossoms, and for the first time, Sakura teased him about his hair.
Haruto, promise me. I can't lose the only person who's ever been real with me.
Her voice trembled. She needed a promise I didn't know I could keep.
As the new school term approached, Sakura announced she was enrolling too, right beside him.
I'll return to that school not as a victim, but as someone who's found a reason to stand tall.
The boy who once hid in his dorm room pushed his body past every limit. Late nights, early mornings, he forged himself anew.
He barely recognized the face in the mirror. The softness was gone, replaced by sharp angles and a gaze that cut.
Now you look like someone who doesn't beg for leftovers.
Her words cut through me, but they were exactly what I needed.
The Takashi tailor had crafted a uniform that fit him like armor.
This isn't a costume. It's the version of me they forced into hiding.
A final haircut swept his bangs back, revealing eyes that no longer avoided the world.
Let them stare. I'm not the one who should feel ashamed.
He took one last look in the mirror. The old Haruto was gone, only steel remained. Tomorrow, the whole school would see.
It's time they see what they discarded.
Inside the school, the murmurs swelled. Haruto and Sakura moved through the corridor like a storm front, students parting before them.
Their whispers are just noise now. None of them matter.
Mio stood frozen by the lockers. The boy she discarded was unrecognizable, and he wasn't alone.
That can't be Haruto. He was never this.
He passed her without a glance. Sakura's arm linked through his. The air itself seemed to bend around them.
He didn't even see me. I'm nothing to him now.
Days blurred. Whenever Haruto appeared, Mio's heart clenched, but his eyes never met hers.
I don't owe her anger. I don't owe her anything.
I threw him away for a joke. And now the joke's on me.
Haruto's quiet magnetism drew others in, while Mio faded to a hollow ghost at the edges of the halls. Mio found Kaito in the cafeteria, his arms slung around a first year. He smirked at her like a stranger.
That's what I traded Haruto for. A cheap smile and a wandering eye.
She buried her face in her pillow, but the silence only amplified her regret.
Haruto was steady, kind. I was too blind to see it.
She grabbed her phone and typed, then typed again. Message after message vanished into the void.
Why won't he even read them? I said I was sorry.
Across the city, Haruto's phone lit up again and again. He didn't even glance at the screen.
She only wants what she can't have. That's not love.
I'll make him see me. I'll beg if I have to. I won't lose him twice.
The decision was made. Tomorrow she would corner Haruto, no matter the cost. The next morning, Mio waited at the lockers, rehearsing every word. When Haruto appeared, her voice cracked before she could speak.
Haruto, please. Just 1 minute. I'll say what I need to and then leave you alone.
He kept walking. The back of his blazer was a wall she couldn't scale.
I know I hurt you. I'm not asking you to forget. I'm just asking you to look at me.
She's using the same voice she used to mock me. I can still hear it.
Mio followed him through the corridors, up the stairwell, her desperation swelling with every ignored step. They broke onto the rooftop. The wind whipped their clothes. Haruto finally stopped, his back still to her.
Turn around, please. I can't do this to your shadow anymore.
She's crying real tears. For herself, not for me. But I'll let her speak. You have 2 minutes. Say what you came to say.
I know I was wrong. I was stupid and childish, and I threw away the only good thing in my life. I've regretted it every single day.
Regret doesn't erase what you did. You didn't just leave me, you humiliated me.
I was blind. Kaito was just exciting, but he never cared. You were the one who actually listened.
Haruto pulled his phone from his pocket. The screen was dark, but it carried a weight no apology could counter.
Do you remember the messages you sent? Not the breakup one, the others.
What messages? I deleted all of that.
I didn't. I kept screenshots. Every mocking word. Every laugh at my expense.
Mio's face drained of color. She hadn't known he possessed proof.
You say you're sorry now. But your words then were your truth.
He held the phone between them like a loaded weapon, his thumb hovering over the screen. The wind on the rooftop stilled. Haruto unlocked the screen. A chat thread glowed in the gray afternoon light, time-stamped months before the breakup.
Listen carefully, Mio. He's such a pushover. I told Kaito we can mock him all day and he never catches on.
Mio's hands flew to her mouth.
Haruto thinks we're studying. He has no idea we're just laughing at his notes. That was 3 days before you said you loved me.
A group of students who had followed the confrontation were now clustered at the rooftop door, eyes wide.
Stop, please, Haruto. Not in front of everyone.
You made me a joke in private. Now the whole school gets to hear the punchline.
He scrolled further, each new message a deeper wound.
Kaito, you're so much more fun than Haruto. I can't wait until I figure out how to dump him. How's that for regret?
Mio collapsed to her knees, the truth shredding the last of her dignity. But even then, she looked up, still hoping for a miracle. The rooftop door swung open. Sakura stepped into the gray light, her gaze cutting directly to Haruto.
I was looking for you. Is she causing a problem?
Who are you? Why are you always hanging off him like you own him?
She's not my girlfriend, if that's what you're thinking.
Then what is she? Why would you throw me away for someone who isn't even...
She's the reason I'm still standing. But that's none of your business.
You lost the right to ask questions about him. He doesn't owe you explanations.
Please, Haruto. I need to understand. I can't lose you to a shadow.
You want the truth? Fine. But it won't make you feel better. It will destroy every excuse you've ever made.
Mio trembled, clinging to a hope that was about to be shattered in a way she never expected.
Sakura and I share the same father. She's not my girlfriend. She's my half-sister.
It's the truth. We found each other by accident, and he's the only family I've ever wanted.
Half-sister? That's impossible. You were always alone.
I was an orphan because my mother hid me from the Takashi family. They only found me recently.
You mean, you're a Takashi now? This whole time you've been...
Haruto showed them the worn photograph in his wallet, Mr. Takashi, Sakura, and an empty space where he now belonged.
I'm not the boy you discarded anymore. I have a family, a name, and a future that doesn't include you.
Mio's last hope dissolved. She had lost him not to another girl, but to a life she could never touch. She collapsed further, her knees scraping the concrete. The wind swallowed her sobs.
Let's go, Haruto. You've said enough. We have a family waiting.
Haruto turned back one last time, his expression unreadable.
I'm not the person you want. I'm the person you made me, and I'm leaving you where you left me alone.
Haruto, please, don't go. I'll do anything. Just don't walk away like I'm nothing.
He didn't hesitate. Sakura's hand tightened on his arm, and they walked toward the rooftop door.
He's really leaving. After everything. He's walking away like I'm nothing.
The cluster of students by the door whispered, their eyes wide, pointing at the sobbing girl.
This can't be the end. I won't accept it.
But the rooftop door clicked shut behind them, and the wind was the only answer. Mio remained on her knees, her uniform soaked with tears as the gray sky pressed down like judgment. The school below would soon buzz with the news, but here, in the cold emptiness, there was only silence. By the next morning, the school halls were electric with scandal. Every cluster of students traded fragments of the rooftop showdown.
They're all staring. Every pair of eyes is a verdict.
She had skipped her first class, hiding in an empty room. Even here, the whispers seemed to seep through the walls.
I mocked him for months, and now the whole school knows. Kaito won't even look at me.
In the boys' dormitory, Haruto folded the last of his shirts into a suitcase. The room was nearly bare.
No more loose ends. By tomorrow, this school will be just another closed chapter.
He glanced at a small framed photo of Sakura and her father, his family now. It was the only personal item he kept.
I came here as no one. I'll leave as Haruto Takashi.
He zipped the suitcase shut. The sound echoed in the empty room like a final period at the end of a sentence. Outside, the campus lights flickered on. Tomorrow would bring departure, but tonight belonged to the silence of a decision already made. Morning sun cast long shadows through the corridors. Haruto walked slowly, a suitcase at his side, while students pressed against lockers to let him pass.
This place was a prison. Now I'm the one holding the key.
From a second-story window, Mio pressed her palm against the cold glass, her breath fogging the pain.
He's really leaving. After everything, he won't even look up.
At the school gate, a black luxury car waited. Sakura stood beside it, arms crossed, her gaze fixed on the entrance. Haruto approached, and without a word, Sakura opened the door. He handed her his suitcase and climbed in. The engine purred. Through the rear window, the school buildings shrank into gray silhouettes.
I once thought this place defined me. Now it's just a backdrop I'm leaving behind.
I'd give anything to rewind time. But time doesn't care about regrets.
The car turned a corner, and the school vanished from sight. Haruto Takashi was gone, and Mio Nishimura was left with nothing but the echo of her own choices. Inside the car, the city melted past the tinted windows. Haruto leaned back, his shoulders finally losing their tension.
You look lighter, almost like a different person.
Maybe I am. That weight was never mine to carry forever.
Sakura's hand rested lightly on his. Neither spoke for the rest of the drive. The car rolled through ornate gates into a sprawling modern estate. Glass walls caught the afternoon sun.
Haruto, welcome home.
Home. A word I never thought would mean anything.
They led him up a sweeping staircase to a bright room with a large window and a clean desk, his room.
I can breathe here. No ghosts. No whispers. Just possibility.
He set his suitcase down. Outside, the afternoon goldened into evening. The first day of his real life had begun. That evening, Haruto carefully unpacked his suitcase, placing each book and item as if constructing a new foundation. He lifted a small, creased photograph. His mother's gentle face, the only memory he kept.
I'm sorry I couldn't show you this version of me, but I think you'd be proud.
He set the photo on the desk, angled so she'd always face the window. A quiet laugh escaped him, a sound he hadn't made in years.
In the reflection of the glass, I saw someone unrecognizable, yet finally whole.
The next morning, a new academy uniform hung in the closet, the Takashi crest embroidered on its breast, a symbol of his new lineage. He strode through the gates of Seiran Academy, head high, eyes sharp.
No one here knows the old Haruto. They'll only see someone who belongs.
He walked past the gates, leaving every shadow of the past behind him. Months later, in a cramped room, the curtains stayed drawn. Mio sat on her bed, her uniform wrinkled, her eyes fixed on nothing. She reached for a small photo buried beneath scattered sketches, the only proof that Haruto had once smiled beside her.
We were happy. I was just too stupid to see it.
A tear splashed onto the image, bleeding the ink. She didn't wipe it away. She picked up her phone, thumbed through contacts, and pressed delete on Kaito's name without hesitation.
I already erased Haruto months ago. Why can't I erase the regret?
In the corner, a blank canvas stood on an easel. The paints had dried in their tubes. She tried to lift a brush, but her hand froze midair, trembling.
I can't paint. I can't draw. I can't do anything but remember.
Mio stared into the dim light, her reflection a hollow silhouette. Outside, life moved on without her. Later, in the dark room, Mio reached for her phone. The screen lit up like a lone star.
I scrolled to his name. Even though I deleted it, I still remember the number by heart.
Her thumbs moved, muscle memory typing words she had never sent. The message read, "I miss you." Just 3 words, and a lifetime of regret.
Why did I ever trade him for cheap laughter? Why did I think I could just say sorry?
Her finger hovered over the send arrow, trembling like a leaf in a storm.
He's gone. He has a family, a name, a future. I'm just a ghost in a dark room.
She pressed the side button. The screen locked. The message remained unsent. The light died, and she sank back into the shadows, the weight of her choices pressing on her chest. No second chance would come, only the silent echo of things that could never be undone.